Okay. Hi guys, welcome to the second instalment in a series of videos we're making here at River Murray Auto Wreckers, outlining some of the second-hand part options available to you when building your off-road racer on a budget. For this episode, we're going to concentrate on engines, and I have the very knowledgeable and handsome and robust and witty Darren to run through some of the second-hand engine options that are available to us. So would you like to talk us through some of the engine options that are available when building your off-road racer?
Yeah, sure. So this package here is actually for a Nissan Patrol. Customers ordered a 6-litre, 6-speed automatic. For off-road racing, generally we sell it just with a 6-litre and no gearbox. There's a few different types of 6-litre. I might go into that a bit.
Yeah, we'll run through that after.
Yep. Depending on what your budget is, the 5.7 is another good option. It's a lot cheaper, bang for bucks right up there. It's still lightweight, all aluminium, lovely engine, cam and a tune, produces some good numbers. Next step down would be like a Commodore V6. Once again, all aluminium Alloy-Tech engine, not producing as much power, a bit harder to tune and to get right, but if you're on a budget, a serious budget, it's probably not a bad option.
Okay, and what about some of the ProLite engines that you could use?
Okay, for ProLite, because we're limited to a 3.5 litre, probably the two best options would be the Toyota 2GR and the Nissan VQ35. Both all aluminium, quad cam, variable valve timing, good engines. Toyota's quite a bit dearer than the Nissan.
Okay.
And it comes down to your personal preference, whether you're Toyota or Nissan.
Okay.
So much of a muchness in my opinion.
All right, excellent. Now you mentioned that there was a couple of 6-litre options available. Can you talk us through those and some of the things that you could keep in mind to look out for if you're...
Definitely. So with the 6 litres, there is 3 different options. There's a L98, L77 and an LS2.
Okay.
For all intents and purposes, externally they're quite similar. The L77 is what we call a displacement on demand or active fuel management engine. So it can cut off 4 cylinders if you're in cruise mode. That's what it will do on the road. Generally, if you're going to use an L77, you're going to have to do a little bit of internal work, which can bump the price of your race car up a bit.
Okay, but if you were going to put a cam and things like that in it anyway, would that be a good option?
Possibly, yep. It's a little bit more than just a cam. You need to change the lifter carriers.
Okay.
And also use a active fuel management blocking plate, which means you need to pull the inlet manifold off and play a bit.
Okay.
If you're happy to do that, it's great. It's another serious option.
Yep.
The L98, however.
Okay, is this what this is?
This is an L98.
Okay.
Okay, so no active fuel management.
Yep.
These things just, you do have the option of just bolting them straight in, turning the security off in a computer, and away you go.
Okay.
The other one is an LS2, and a lot of people call 6 litres an LS2. It's like a generic name, I guess. The LS2 is generally the Holden Special Vehicles version of the 6-litre, and it is quite a bit dearer, a little bit harder to find. In my opinion, not worth the extra dollars you're going to pay.
Okay.
By the time you've put a cam in an L98 or an L77, tuned it, off you go, you're going to be producing as much power as the LS2, if not more.
Okay. Sounds good. Now, speaking of engines, what has the DCR Colorado got in it?
This is my favourite part. The DCR Colorado has got the L77 version in it. We decided to go down that path.
Okay.
Because we were going to pull it down and do a little bit of work to it.
Yep.
So we sent it off to our mates at PK Automotive, and they did all the AFM removal of it and put in a cam, and this one produces about 380 horsepower at the wheels.
Okay, excellent. Some really great advice there, Darren. Thank you. Is there anything else that we would need to know if we were about to purchase, say, a 6 litre, for example, for our off-road racer? Anything else that you might want to keep in mind?
The biggest thing I can say is make sure you spend some time doing research.
Yep.
Buy from somebody who's reputable. There's a lot of fly-by-nighters, a lot of backyarders who will fill you full of misinformation.
Yep.
We have done a lot of these conversions, both as just as an engine or engine and a gearbox like this one.
Yep.
We send them all over the world, including to the Middle East, Indonesia, New Zealand. We have sold them everywhere. We do a lot of them. Make sure you get somebody who knows what they're talking about. Don't just let them tell you, I think I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Make sure they know what they're doing.
And when people ring up or contact you about an engine, you're happy to pass on your knowledge and try and steer them in the right direction if that's what they need?
Most definitely. When we send out a conversion like this, we get a checklist. I give that checklist to my customer. The customer will say, I need added in these extra bits and you can take off these bits. I'll then give that checklist to my mechanic who goes through it. That's the best way to do it, we've found. If you need any advice, look us up on Facebook, send me an email. Numbers all over the internet. We're not hard to get hold of. We're easy to talk to.
Yep.
And as you said, handsome and robust.
Very handsome, very robust, and very knowledgeable when it comes to 6 litres in a conversion or just a bare long engine. So thank you very much, Darren. It's been a pleasure today. Very interesting.